What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Meditation is a great way for us to be able to look inwards, examine ourselves, and see where our faults are and how we can learn to improve, as opposed to looking externally and looking at everybody else and thinking about how they need to improve. It's so easy for us to look at the faults of other people. I was thinking about my own day. I wake up after my morning routine or whatever it is I do. Frankly, sometimes even before my morning routine, just getting ready, I may glance at my phone, see what's trending, see what's going on. Obviously, they involve other people, who did what, the gossip, the drama. And of course, my mind is thinking sometimes, why would they do that? Or that doesn't make sense, and all these other things, because it's just a default way of being where it's so easy to criticize other people. And it's also so easy to avoid looking at ourselves and our own faults and thinking about what we can do to change ourselves for the better. And if we really want to start improving our lives, I know this is certainly my process, so I don't want to speak as if it's an absolute, but it's hard for me to find many exceptions. We have to look inwards. We have to start thinking about what it is that's going on inside of us where we can adjust. If we are angry, lustful, impatient, lazy, quick to criticize, none of these solutions are going to come from looking at our neighbors, looking at our friends, looking at celebrities. It's just a matter of spending time with ourselves. Some of these things we're going to find actually aren't as real as we feel they are. Some of these are a matter of excessively identifying with our thinking. If I'm saying I'm not very good at speaking to people, and I sit down and I'm meditating and I get an opportunity to just sit in silence, I may just find that my mind is just generating this thought constantly. You're not good at something. You're not good at something. You're not good at something. And if I could just learn to tune it out and proceed as if that thought is irrelevant, then maybe the real truth isn't as bad as I've created it to be in my mind. I could disregard that thought, go out and speak to people, and somebody may say, "Hey, you're actually a good communicator." I remember being at work, and one of my coworkers was assigned a project where she needed to speak in front of everybody. And I thought she did really well. And it struck me that afterwards she came up to me and said, how did I do? I'm just not really a good speaker. I was very nervous. And I told her, "What? To me, you're a fantastic communicator," because she was able to get her point across. And so it just shows that sometimes this narrative that's going on in our mind isn't the narrative that everybody else is thinking about when they look at you and they perceive you. So when you can spend some time to really self-examine, to really look at what your mind is trying to tell you and what it's consistently feeding you and what actually may be out of touch with reality, then maybe you could find different areas that you can improve. If you're thinking that you're judging other people, if you're sitting down with yourself and you're always coming up with a judgment, why is this person so stupid? Why is this person so lazy? Why is this person so this and so that? It's another opportunity. It seems like initially our mind is just immediately going outwards, but we have to think about, what does that say about us? What do these judgments that we have about other people say about us? If I'm thinking somebody isn't a hardworking person, and this just keeps coming up in my mind, why is this person I know so lazy, doesn't have any ambition, doesn't have any work ethic? Maybe it's tied to myself and my own insecurities and my own need to be perceived by others as a hardworking person. Or it could be practical. Maybe I just didn't come up with a lot of means. And so I learned the value of hard work. I learned the value of being consistent and doing this every single day. And so I have a disconnect when I see somebody else who doesn't live by those same principles. And it's not a matter of looking outwards and judging them more. It's an understanding of me needing to know how to work with other people, me needing to know how to have some radical acceptance where, yeah, I know somebody's different from me, but that doesn't mean that I have to operate in a space where somebody is less than. I have my path, they have their path. I have my strengths, they have their strengths. And so many things come from this process of meditation that's far beyond the actual practice itself. And if we could learn to be very mindful, very attentive, and very focused on the little things that are going on within us, then we could learn to actually make huge strides. And you'll find that it's a much more enjoyable process than gossip and criticizing other people and critiquing other people, because at the end of the day, that's just talk that's not going to take us anywhere. We have no influence over the next person. No matter how much we speak about it, we're not going to influence change through our negative attitude. But if we examine ourselves with that same level of focus, right? With that same level of passion that we have for going to our favorite websites or whatever it may be, then we'll find that something tangible can genuinely happen from that process. So understand that meditation is that practice. It's that practice of looking inwards for guidance, self improvement, understanding, as opposed to constantly having an eye that's focused on shifting externally. That's it for this one. Thank you for watching. I would love to hear your opinion if this is something you've experienced or you have any questions. And until then, I'll talk to you next time.